Okay, so I did a little bit of rearranging here on my pedal board. You know, my old layout was a little too cluttered for me. You know, I was using 3 different power supplies because, as you can see, I use quite a bit on my board here. I've got a lot going on. I mean, not that much. I mean, I've seen I've seen a lot more, but you know, each pedal I have on here pretty much serves its own purpose. So what I wanted to show you today is this new piece right here. This is a power supply by Walrus Audio. It's called the Phonenix, and this is a fully isolated, clean power supply. Basically, it eliminates any kind of noise that you possibly might get from, say, other power supplies like budget brands or whatever. And this piece right here is actually Walrus Audio's, I guess, their flagship power supply that they have. They have another one which is a little bit smaller. It's got lesser outputs, but this one comes with a 15 output power supply. Basically, you've got an array of different 9-volt power supplies. You have about 800 milliamp outputs, and you have 4 300 milliamp outputs for 9-volt. And over on this side, the top row, you have an 18-volt output, which if you see on to the right, there's a little switch. If you flip it down, you can change it to 9 volts. Both runs at 100 milliamps. And on the bottom, you have 2 outputs where you have your selection of 12 volt or 9 volt as well, both running at 100 milliamps. So, and the reason I got this, one, I just wanted to, find something where I could just stick to one power supply that's basically going to fit in this narrow little slot here. And I've been eyeing this thing up for a long time and doing some research on it, and I finally decided to pull the trigger and and pick one up. So before I kind of let you hear what my whole board sounds like with this thing plugged in, I'm just going to walk you through the chain a little bit. Right here I have my buffer pedal, my JHS, and this runs all the way into my tuner, which goes into the Morley wah pedal, right into the drop pedal. Now you can see the arrangement is not what you would think. So it doesn't really go in like this. It's kind of back and forth all over the place, and I'll tell you the reason why. So right from the drop pedal, it actually goes right into this loop switch pedal, and this loop switch pedal basically isolates the Friedman BOD and the plumes by Earthquaker. So when I have clicked on red, the plumes is activated, and on blue, I got the Friedman going. And then you have this bypass switch. When it's red, it's pretty much bypasses. It takes you back to the main signal chain. From here, I have the drop pedal going into the loop switch pedal, and then going from out, actually right into this pedal right here. This is, I think, one of the best acoustic simulators on the market. This is an AC stage. It's by a company called Tom's Line. So it goes from the AC stage right into the MXR 6-band EQ. Now from the EQ, it goes right into my Spark volume boost pedal. And the reason why I have it on this side is because I kind of want it sitting next to the wah pedal. So when I'm ready to do a solo and have to, use the wah, I don't have to click it over here and then have to move over to this side of the board just so I can use the wah. I have it so I can click it on, and when I need that wah, it's just right there. And then I got the Spark going all the way now into my modulation. So this is the the mod pedal by Flamma. It's basically a multi-modulation pedal. So you got your different selections of modulation that you want to use, from chorus to flanger to tremolo, all the way up to auto wah, and it's got a lot more. And basically the chain just follows all the way to, I'm sorry, the noise gate right here, I forgot to mention, is actually chained up to the Friedman. And it's the only thing that it's chained up to, is just to really eliminate that extra hiss when I kick up the high gain. So when I'm kicking on the loop switch pedal and it's on blue, it's basically activating these two right here. So getting back to the modulation, I got from the Flamma mod right into my chorus pedal, and then right into the Azure delay pedal. It's a really good delay pedal by Azure. I actually have a patch cable from here, goes right into this junction box. This junction box is the same company that actually makes this loop switch pedal. So basically the junction box is, you got 2 jacks right here and then 2 on the top. So basically from the buffer goes into the in, and then this goes right into my guitar, and then from the delay and going into the out, which basically another cable plugged to the top sends right directly to the amp. And that's really how the whole chain is configured. Okay, so the board I have my pedals set up on is actually a Pedalboard case by C&B. It's kind of like a suitcase, road case kind of container that you can basically set your pedals fully inside the casing. All you do is just take the lid off, and then you basically have your whole board. The whole board is covered in the felt, so the Velcro will stick right to it from all the way around the area of the casing. But I like to have my pedals elevated a little bit, so what I did was I actually put the Pedal Train Metro 20 into the case itself, and it basically goes all the way up to where the drop and the spark is. So the wah just sits directly in the case along with the tuner, and of course along with the buffer and the junction box right there. So, but it has perfect amount of enough space here that the Phonenix power supply sits very comfortably in there as well. And what I like about it is that the power plug, and because of the walls of the case, I was afraid that the space to plug the power cable in was going to be was not going to be open up enough. So, but it just sits pretty much right up to where the top of the wall is here, so it just goes in perfectly. And same with the outlet right there. If I wanted to plug something else in there, like a phone charger or charging my wireless units or whatever, I have easy access to that outlet right there. Okay, so I'm going to be using my Les Paul, and this is running into a Marshall MG 100 HDFX head unit plugged into an Ampeg 4x12 cabinet that you see down there. Okay, so I got my clean. And then if I want to click on the acoustic simulator, this is why I think this acoustic simulator is one of the best I've ever used. So now going into the plumes, click off the bypass. And let's kick on the Friedman. What I like about this Morley wah, it's spring loaded, so there's no button to click, so all I can do is just, the second I step on it, and when I release it, it bypasses, which makes it easier, because if I'm hitting the boost pedal, I don't have to be too concerned about activating the wah by clicking that button just so it's activated. So I can just step on it, it's ready to go. And I like that the buffer pedal I have here cleans up any kind of lost muddy signal within that whole chain. So, and then add it with the loop switch pedal as well. So pretty much every pedal that I use stands out nicely. And this power supply helps clean up a lot of unwanted noise, or maybe a little bit of static that you would get, say, from like a generic power supply. There are other good ones out there, but I think this one is my favorite because it has the outputs I need, and it pretty much accommodates my board.